to start a little about me, as you know, I am a Senegalese. I was born in Dakar. I grew up there. I studied making my study in Dakar. And when I was little, I was very interested about food. I wanted to know, the products that we see in our fridge, how it has been processed, the jam that we see, butter, yogurt. So I was very interested about food processing. And I used to work with my grandmother to create some little biscuits that we give after to children who are living on the street. So I like processing local crops and just knowing more about food processing. And then naturally, I make my studies in food processing. I was in France making the engineering courses at Montpellier, and after I work in a different company making internship, starting in Dakar in microbiology, then after quality, food safety. And then when I went to France, it was a mix courses. And then I had an internship in agriculture doing maraîchage. And then I realized that it was really quite difficult for me. And this experience just led me that, okay, I like agriculture, but my own thing is not growing plants. So I like processing. But it was interesting for me to have this opportunity, this experience to see how things worked in the other side. Because after I'm working with a lot of smallholder farmers. So this experience helped me today to know more about the challenges of smallholder farmers. And yeah, after all this scientific background, I'm just Siny and I love to take time doing nothing. I love singing, traveling, and I'm a little bit fashion victim. So just to start, a little focus on Senegal. Can somebody show in the map, except Senegalese people, where is Senegal in Africa? It's here. So it's a very small country. Yeah? So it's in the western part in Africa. And it's quite a small country, 200K square kilometers, um, half of Japan. And Dakar is the capital of the country. And like you see, it's like a little island in Dakar. Um, and everything is concentrated in Dakar. So in Dakar, we have like 4 million population, while in all Senegal, we have 18 million population. And like you heard, we speak French is the official language, and Wolof is our native language and the national language. So in Senegal, we speak both French and Wolof. The repetition of the population, it's almost half men, half women, 50-50. And what is interesting here is like the population is 18 million, but 70% is they are youth under 30. So that show you, the challenge that we have for youth to create job for them. And here is our local main food. It is called the chebujan, and it was registered on the UNESCO World Heritage. So it is a meal with fish, vegetables, and rice. We eat a lot of rice. Every day at lunch, it's rice, rice, rice. But it's a mixed rice. You have red rice, white rice, brown rice, with fish, meat, chicken, and vegetables. And in this meal, we all sit around the food to make it very very convivial. And in terms of economy, it's still low middle income countries, but there is a growing economy, especially in the informal sector, craft things, agriculture, and little processing and services. And then now we are going to talk a little bit about the super products, like raw materials that we can find there, and how we are going to process them. In Senegal, we have a lot of diverse fruits, vegetable crops. Just to take the example of mango, we it's not very very objective, but we have the best mangoes in the world. You have to come in Senegal and to try it due to the weather and diverse variety of mango. But the problem is like we have a lot of food losses in terms of fresh fruits and vegetables. So to start here, can somebody identify this super product, except Senegalese people? Yeah, baobab. I bring some samples in this afternoon. You will test the baobab fruit. So like you see, it's a very, very big tree. And this is the fruits. And when you broke the fruits, you have the small white pulp. And inside you have a seed. It is very, very strong seed. But we use the pulp, which is the white thing. But what is interesting in the baobab is like we use almost all the three. We can use leaves to make some cosmetic, some mask for hair. We use the seeds to make oil also for cosmetic. It's very antioxidant. And also the pulp, it's very rich in vitamin C, also calcium. And we used to give it to babies because with the mix of vitamin C and iron, it helps children to strengthen the immunity system. And also we use it to make a kind of juice that we drink after meals. And here, this is an essential. We use it in many traditional Senegalese recipes, but not only in Senegal, but also in different African countries, but also in Latin America. So I think this is easier for you. Can somebody identify it? Is it bean? Yes, it's very, very easy. But I just show you a typical bean that we have in Senegal. It's called nyebe in Senegal, and in English, I think it's kopi or black-eyed pea. And it's very, it's like a staple food, so very rich in terms of protein, and also with the iron. So we used to eat it a lot in different kind of meal with meat, for example, or with tomato. And usually we give them to children due to the content of protein and also iron. And can somebody identify this tree that is called also in English drumstick tree? Yes, exactly. It's moringa, and it has several names. A scientific moringa oleifera, and in Wolof we said never die, and it comes from the English one where we said never die, because it we used to say that this plant, when you use it, you will never die by using this plant due to its nutritional value. So it's very rich in terms of vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, but it's a little bit bitter. So you have to pay attention in your formulation of product, how you are going to use them. And after I will show you what we are going to do with this in our baby food product. And this is quite very difficult, really, really difficult. Even me, it was complicated to get this tree. Now maybe I will ask the Senegalese girl. Yeah, this is difficult. Or the agronomist, agriculture. Well, this is called nere. It's typical from the Sahel region, so in sub-Saharan Africa, and it's like you have different seed inside, and we used to use the the pulp, which is yellow things, and the seeds we use. You use a kind of fermentation, and we put it in different kind of meals, and it's very rich in terms of micronutrient. But the flavor is a little bit special, like a mix of little bit and also sweet. But it's very interesting in terms of nutritional properties. So protein, iron, and also fiber that helps children to digest better the food, and also it helps to contribute to strengthen the human system and the wellness in general. So I will show you after the what we are doing with these products. And now we are going to talk a little bit about the infant nutritional status. Like you see all these super product that we have, you might think that, okay, we don't have a nutritional issue, but it's quite complicated in Senegal. We despite all this super raw products, we still have a lot of malnutrition. In general, to resume, we have children. 90% of children under 5 who are suffering from malnutrition. After here, you have the different kind of malnutrition, when it is acute malnutrition, stunting. And the question that we have is like, how it is possible? Why we have all the super products? So why do we still have malnutrition? Why do we still have children who are suffering from malnutrition, or people who are suffering to have food? And what do you think for you, seeing all this malnutrition status, for you, what are the main criteria that contribute to this nutritional status that is not very, very balanced? What are the factors that make? Yes. Yes, the accessibility of this product. Yeah, the awareness, exactly. Any other idea? Yes, please. Yeah, the processing part. Okay. Any other last? Yeah. The knowledge also. Yeah. Like she's saying. Yeah, there are lot of factors. The knowledge is a very good point, and it just join like the lack of awareness of awareness on how to use these local crops. How are we going to make the processing? Because sometimes you can make processing and you lose a lot of nutritional value. It's important to know how you are going to make this processing, and then to keep all these nutritional properties. But also, what is important, when we talk about nutrition, is not just about how you are going to feed your children or moms, but it's something which is more widened, and it just joined what it is called the first 1,000 days. It's from the pregnancy to the 2 years of babies, and scientific says that it is a window of opportunity to build all the health future capital of the children. So everything that happens during these first 1,000 days will have an impact in the future health of the children. So that's why, for me, it's very important to make to raise awareness in the importance of the first 1,000 days. So we are going to talk about when you are pregnant, how you are going to feed moms, breastfeeding, importance of breastfeeding, both for moms but also for the babies. And when it comes to baby-led weaning, how you are going to start giving food to baby, which kind of food. So a lot of factors. And also I add the climate crisis because it influences the nutritional status. We see now that different crops, they have less and less nutritional value. And at the end, we as food processor, we are using these crops, processing them to making baby food. So if in the ground, everything is not okay, the product that we are going to develop will not be very, very good. And there are any other more factors influencing this unbalanced nutritional status. And now, knowing that we have a lot of crops, super products, but also we still have malnutrition in Senegal, I was like, okay, maybe there's something to do. Why not just valorizing all these super products that we have and created products that will fit to the nutritional needs of babies from 6 months, and just creating value in all the food value chain, the food system. So I create Le Lionceau. It's like a French name. And the name is derived from the Senegalese national symbol. It's the lion. And the lionceau, it means like a lion cub, a baby lion. So for me, it was evidence because we are doing food for baby. I just said, okay, we can call it le lionceau. So for baby, not thinking a lot far. So just okay, lionceau. We are going to create le lionceau. And by creating this organization, my objective was like, okay, we are going to tackle food waste because we still have, for example, in the mango fields, we have 60% of mangoes which are lost in the fields, which is quite unbelievable, and a lot of food waste in different fruits and vegetables. So I was like, okay, we are just going to work with smallholder farmers, buy from them all this raw material and process them to address the malnutritional issue by developing products that will have a highly nutritional value. And by doing that, we work a lot with smallholder farmers. So we have different partnership with different cooperatives throughout the Senegal, from the north to the south, depending on which raw material we are using. As of today, we process more than 20 ingredients, donc fruits, vegetables, cereals, and fruits, vegetables, cereals, and a little bit of fish and meat. And we work with more than 5,000 smallholder farmers. And with our market, for me at the beginning, I started this company 5 years now, 6 years almost. So just after my graduation, so I was working for the France leading baby food brand, Bleedy now for people coming from France, as a food processing engineer in R&D. So I really enjoy a lot my work there, and that's where I discover all this baby food field, because when you are engineer, you are just engineer in general. And by having this experience, it just make me specialize more in nutrition and especially baby food. So working there, I just enjoy my work. And after I go back in Senegal for vacation, and I went to some supermarkets to see which kind of products can we find there. So at the beginning, I was quite happy. I was like, oh, I see a lot of product for the brand for which I'm working for. And then I look again, and still all the same brands. So I was like, maybe there's something to do. It was only imported product at this time. So for the puree in glass jar, it was 100% imported products, mostly from the multinational brand. And for the infant flour, we have like 90% of products which are imported. So it's like, okay, maybe there's really something to do to valorize our own local resources and just create our own local brand, which will valorize, which will take advantage to all the local resources and create baby food brand and impact our local economy. So here we have some products that we have developed. We use a lot of mango. As you know, we have a lot of mango, banana, papaya. We have here, for example, a mix of papaya and banana with a little bit of lime. We use here we have the moringa, mix it with sweet potato. So we were saying like, okay, moringa had good nutritional properties, but the taste is not very, very good. So we were thinking about which kind of product can we use to have at the end a product that will be good in terms of taste. So we try a lot of different kind of formulation, and then at the end we realized that by using the sweet potato, it just give a little bit of sweetness and cover the bit of the moringa. And also we have the baobab fruit here. Mix it with a banana. You will taste it after. And same, baobab is very acid, and it was evident for us to use banana to cover all these acids of the fruit. And what was interesting is like in all the products we have to mix the nutritional value also, and for us using banana, it just helps us to not add any sugar in our product. So all our products are without any added sugar or added salt, because we have to make nutritional products because it's for babies from 6 months. So a lot of challenge in terms of food processing development products. And here you have the fonio, which is a typical cereals also from the Sahel. And here we have a little zoom into the fonio. It's the smallest cereals in the world. It's very, very, very small. And usually we have the challenge of sand in these cereals. So when you are processing it, you have like it is very small. It can be mixed with a kind of sand, and at the end you have something really not very good in terms of sensory, but it's very rich in terms of amino acid, essential amino acids. So you have the theanine, riboflavin, and also we used to use it to replace the rice, because fonio is more digestible than the rice. So you can do a lot of things with the fonio. And actually, in Europe, it's starting to increase a lot. People are saying it's going to be the next quinoa. So people starting to export the fonio, so to import it in Europe. And I think there will be a big market for fonio, both in Europe but also in the US. But the main problem is how you are going to process it to avoid the sand inside. And here we have some infant flour that we have developed with the student from GIP, the 4th generation. And his name is Mahina, and she made made her internship, her 6-month internship last year with us, because we wanted to develop this kind of products. Why? At the beginning, by creating Le Lionceau, when I was based in France, my main objective was like, okay, I wanted to go back in my home country to tackle this challenge of malnutrition, but to targeting the most vulnerable population. Donc, so the children who are suffering most from malnutrition in rural area. But when I came back in Senegal, I realized that just starting this kind of company targeting children in the most vulnerable area, it might not be easy with the technical and financial support that I had at the beginning. So I just decided to completely change my business model. And I was saying, okay, we're going to start with the puree and to work a lot in our brand, because at the end, we are in the business. So I said, okay, we just work a lot in our brand, launching the puree because it was easier for us in terms of technical part. And then trying to work with moms to develop a community of moms. And so we have a lot of moms around our brand. They talk to all these friends' moms. And it was very important for us to make this new business model, but not forgetting our initial model. It was targeting the BIOP, so the base of the pyramid. So we said, okay, we are going to target the middle upper class with the puree, with this infant flour. And then when the company will grow, we're going to develop another kind of products. It's our objective for the next year, which are going to target the most vulnerable population in collaboration with different NGO like WFP and UNICEF. So we are discussing with them to see how we are going to scale the business and impact and having more impact in this community, who are more vulnerable. So with the student from GIP last year, we developed this infant flour in boxes. So it's just the beginning. And our next step is to make it in the microdose. So then it will just reduce the price of the product, and it will be more accessible and more affordable to more people. And the luck that we have last year is like the student, her her memoir was like focused really on the super products in Senegal. So it was very interesting for us. Like it is a win-win partnership. She will experiment in the time of technical, all this theoretical in her memoir, and for us, we'll have at the end a product that we really put in the market. So that's infant flour. And most of this infant flour are based with millet. So it's typical cereals also from the Sahel, this kind of millet, because we have also millet in Europe. And we used to eat millet in Senegal making couscous. And 2 years before, Senegal, we won the how do you say it? The competition of couscous with our millet being despite the Moroccan people, which are very known for their couscous. So if someday you have the chance to come in Senegal, please just try the couscous with the millet, and it's also very nutrient dense, and we use it with different kind of of product insight. We can use the baobab leaves in the couscous for the texture. And after you can add beans, you can do a lot of things with the millets. And at the end, you will have meal, which will be very nutritional, rich. And we have a lot of fun, with in terms of R&D. So we develop also some biscuits based with the millet. So we have millets and mango, millets and moringa, and also with peanut. So a lot of interesting things that you can do with the super products. And when I'm telling you all this R&D things, all these products, as of today we have more than 20 baby food products, fruits, vegetables, cereals, and also the biscuits. For you, what do you think? What might be the three main criteria that you have to put into account when you are going to develop these products? The brand, yeah. Yeah, in terms of marketing and sales, also distributions. Yeah, absolutely. The safety is very, 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 very important. So just we're going to go deeper in these safety things. Uh, babies are very, very vulnerable, very fragile. So it's very important to make all this food safety, to have to process your product and to have at the end a product that will both fit with the nutritional value, but also the quality in terms of food safety. So in our team, we have different background. We have nutritionist, engineer, to develop the products, but also just people who love cooking for the sensory part. And going to the sensory part, what is important is like when you said that, okay, I'm going to use moringa because it's very rich in terms of nutrition. But like I said at the beginning, moringa is very bitter. So even you develop a product which was a super product in terms of nutrition, you are in the market, you are doing business. If your product is not tasty, nobody will buy your product. So you have to deal with this sensory thing, both in terms of visual, taste also, and blend it with the nutritional. So we take a lot of time to make this R&D of mixing, for example, baobab. Which kind of products can we use with the baobab to have at the end a product that will be good in terms of nutrition, but also in terms of taste. And we conduct a lot of sensory evaluation. You can imagine it's far from being easy making sensory evaluation with the babies. So usually it's moms. So they test the product, and after they try it at home, taking their time with babies, and they give us the feedback. But the secret is like we already developed the product. We just need the validation of the moms. So they think like, okay, they are they are participating in the whole development of the product, while we already made like 95% of the development of the product. It's just the validation. So at the end, it helps us, to strengthen this community of moms, and also to have babies which can come to make some shooting photo, all the things. And the last point is like the market that you said, because even if you said, okay, you have a lot of impact, all the things, but at the end you have your figures. If your figures are not very good, your company can just shut down, even if you have a big impact. So when you are developing the product, you have to take into account all the the market size, especially in terms of price, depending on who are your target. So you have to conduct a lot of marketing, a lot of market research to see how you are going to position your product in terms of price, but also in terms of quality. And that's why after doing all these market researches, we said, okay, we are going to develop different kind of products, and each product has its own targeting customers. Otherwise, you are not going to continue your company, because you are competing with multinational companies that exist since 1 century. We are just here, the small medium companies. So it's quite interesting to make this this approach by mixing both quality in terms of nutrition and food safety, also the test, and at the end the price of your product. And here I show you some pictures from where we began. Like I said, it was just after my graduation. When I go back in Senegal, first of all, it's quite not easy to say that, oh, you are letting everything and go back in Senegal, knowing it's a low middle income countries, knowing that your parents work a lot to send you abroad, having an international experience and starting working there, starting having like a more being more financial balance, because at the end of the month you have your salary. And it's really not easy to say, okay, I'm just letting everything and go back there, being young and not knowing what I'm going to find there. And yeah, but my theory was like, okay, I am young. I was I think 24 years. I said, okay, I'm young. I think it's time for me just to try. If it works, it will be very good. If not, I'm still young and I think I will have time to go back and to work. So my parents, especially my mom's, at the beginning, she was like, oh, what are you doing here? Why do you want to come back here? You have your job. Everything is going well for you. I said, okay, that's true. Everything is going well for me, but I really saw some kind of opportunity here. And I think by doing this, I really have an impact in my home country. I'm sure it will be difficult, and it is. We'll talk about this in this afternoon for the challenges. And when I arrived in Senegal 5 years ago, I wanted just at the beginning to find an industrial and to make a collaboration with them, because I just don't want it to create the whole thing, having your factory, making the investment in terms of equipment. It's like, okay, I'm an engineer. I know how to develop products, so I just need your place, your space, so I can come making my processing and just concentrate myself in all the marketing things and sales. But when I came back, you might imagine that things are not going like that. So I try, I think, 1 year to find a partner, a technical partner. So then I will have the space to just go there and make my production. It was very, very difficult and a lot of lose of time. But at the end, I just take all this time to build a network, because in most of the country, network is very important if you want to develop your activity. And when I left Senegal, I was very young. I didn't have any network in all these entrepreneur ecosystem things. So it was important for me to take 1 year of networking, knowing people, talking about my project, meeting different moms, group of moms, telling them, oh, I'm going to create this kind of product. What do you think? Because I wasn't sure if, selling baby puree, it really works there. Like, why are you going to sell baby puree? Because we have our traditional recipes, and I take 1 year speaking with mom and really see if there is a real need of a baby puree. And what it comes from all this discussion, they said, oh, now they are working more and more, and they are not having a lot of time to prepare food for the babies. And when they know that they have a kind of alternative of baby food products which are rich and which is also based with our local flavors, so they'll be very interesting to buy this kind of products. So I was like, okay, maybe there is something to do, but still a lot of the dupes at this time. And I just started to develop one product, so the banana and the millet one, and then to see what are the feedback from the moms, and I didn't know at this time what will be my positioning in terms of price, because you are in a very, very small scale. So you have a lot of costs at this time. You are not making economies of scales. So we talk a lot with mom, and I was telling them, okay, with this product, how much are you ready to pay to buy this product? And all these moms, they give me price that are twice uh, twice expensive than the price that I was thinking about. It's like, okay, if there's moms which are my target for the puree, which is different for the infant flour, like I said earlier, are ready to buy this kind of product. So I can just start with this because I know that I already have customers who are going to buy this product. So we start with the one banana purees, and after month after month, we develop another kind of products, but still in collaboration with moms and trying to fit really their needs in terms of nutritional, local, but also in terms of price. So I just simply started in the kitchen at my mom's house, because I wanted to, I said, Mom, okay, I have some customers who are ready to buy these products. I just need now to start. I can't wait anymore after 1 year trying to find a technical partner. So I just starting in the kitchen, making my formulation, doing the puree. And it was 5 years, 5 years before. And then after the kitchen, we rent a house because it's quite complicated to find a place where you already have all this infrastructure. So you are just going to make your production. You have to do everything from your own. So we rent a house. So I let you imagine the challenges in terms of food safety in doing baby food in a house. So you have different rooms that you completely transform in this is the R&D lab, this is the quality lab, but at the end it's a house. But we figure out, we stayed there I think 2 years in the house. And then since this summer, last September, we have now our own factory, and making new facilities. So we were very, very proud of this new step for us, because it just shows that the company is scaling up, and yeah, and now we are giving space for young people who want now to make products, because I was in this place at the time, and I know how it is hard to not find a place where you can just make your food processing R&D. And you can imagine that, at the beginning we were just 2%, we were both food processing engineer from Montpellier Subagro. And then now we have a team of 30 person. Mostly 90% of them are youth, in average of 25 years old. And we work a lot with women. As you know, women are still facing different challenges in terms of equality. So I really advocate a lot for women empowerment. And in all the top management of the company, 70% are women and youth, like 25 years old. And as of today, we've managed to reach over 30,000 babies, and we have a lot of projects coming with the most vulnerable children in the rural area for the next year. And just this is some figures of what we are doing. You know, now we have a lot to think about SGD or ODD, and for me, it's when you are trying to develop a new kind of products or to be in a new kind of market or having kind of entrepreneur activities, you have to think about how am I going to impact with this activity that am I going to do in terms of environment, social. And for us, it was, you know, in the heart of all our mission or our activity. But of course, to be honest, you have also to think about your financial part, otherwise your company will not survive. So you have to make a mix in all this, being an impactful enterprise, a social enterprise, but also having good figures so that you can scale your activity. And from now, we work with, like I said, with a different cooperative of smallholder farmers in all the main country in Senegal. So all our raw material are locally sourced. So, but we face a lot of challenges with smallholder farmers, but we will talk about this afternoon. It's quite not easy to work with smallholder farmers, and but when you know that if you want to more empower them to having an impact in the economy, you have to source locally your product. Otherwise, you will not have a real added value. And like I said, we work a lot with different women, especially in the rural area. So we have different partnership with the women's group that we train in food processing. Like someone of you said it at the beginning. Sometimes you are processing food, but you lose a lot in terms of nutritional value. So, you know, all these moms, they have the how do you say the ancestral knowledge, but sometimes the more little bit scientific, it's quite a bit complicated. So we want to keep all this traditional process of making this food, but we just add a little bit of science inside of how we are going to keep more this nutritional value. So we train a lot different kind of women in rural area, and after we buy from them, there's raw material that are already processed, and they are paid also at the end at the end of the month. So it's quite you are very proud when one of these women told you, oh, this year I can send my girl to school because now I have an activity. And then, yeah, due to the things that we are doing, this mom in the in far deep in Senegal she's just sending her girl to school because before she didn't had any revenue. So it just makes us say, okay, we just have to continue our work. And of course, we still have to think about the figures. Otherwise, you know, we are not thriving in this activity. And in terms of the SDG 2, by working with smallholder farmers and sourcing locally, sometimes directly in the field, we reduce a lot the farm losses, especially in the mango fields, where I said we have 60% of the mangoes which are lost in the field. So working with them, it's really far from being easy. We talk about this again this afternoon. Why I was saying this, because still now we really struggle with smallholder farmers in terms of our sourcing products. And in terms of the environment, we have the glass jar, and we have the glass jar reuse system. So all our products are sold in a direct sales. So moms, they have a kind of subscription, and also they can find the product in supermarket. So when we deliver them, we take back the empty glass jar, and they have a kind of reduction in the products. And of course, in terms of job, we managed to create 30 jobs, and our plan for the next 2-3 years is to create hundreds of jobs, and yeah, a lot of things to do in this area. And just to conclude, I want to let you with this quote that really helped me both in my personal but also in my professional life. Because now, after talking with many of you yesterday, you have a lot of questions in terms of your subject. But just say that, sometimes you have to take things with philosophy, and it still helped me now, and I know that you helped me for this coming years. Just say, okay, if things that doesn't happen like that, maybe it is for the good thing. So just don't stress and say that maybe it's better like that. And then thank you so much for your attention.